Hey guys, it's Lauren and Lori from Merle Norman, and today we are going to be talking about 5 makeup tips for your wedding day. So Merle Norman Indy is located in Castleton, and Lori is our head makeup artist here at Merle Norman. So tell us about 5 makeup tips when it comes to your wedding day.
So choosing your wedding artist is a super important thing, and you want to take it very seriously because this is your big day. So the first thing I would recommend is looking through Instagram. Social media is always a great place. These days, most artists, there are some artists that actually have websites. However, most people use socials to post their work and for you to be able to choose, your makeup artist. So I think the biggest thing is looking for somebody that has a lot of experience. There are many people that say they do makeup these days. They watch YouTube videos. They say, I do makeup and I'm really great at it. But you want somebody that has many years, of experience.
And you have that.
I do. I have 36 years of experience with Merle Norman and doing makeup artistry freelance as well as here in the store.
And you've been doing my makeup since I was 16.
Yes, I absolutely
have. Like 15, 16
don't
years.
Don't remind me. So many years, which is great because you want to be able, I think the big tip that I have is make sure that on your big day, they not only can do you, which a young, beautiful gal like you, of course, when you're getting married, you're probably, in your 20s. Make sure that your artist can do mother of the bride, grandmother of the bride. And when you're looking at somebody's portfolio, you want to see not only just a one-note kind of look like, hey, I can do a cat eye really well, but can you do different ages, different maturity of ages, different looks? Can they do a natural look? Can they do a little bit more dramatic look depending on what you're wanting? Right. And that brings us to another tip is, make sure you get 1 or 2 makeup trials. Right. You want to make sure that you kind of have them
look and know what you
want. Exactly. The next tip I would say would be, do you like the person? Do you like the artist that, is doing your makeup? Are you vibing with her personality wise? Because that's the biggest day, of your life. Right. And there's going to be a lot of stress around you. Is it a calming person? Is it somebody that's going to bring up your energy? Is it somebody that, makes you feel beautiful that day? And I think that's really huge. And I see people get jobs on, their makeup artistry, which is great, but I also see people get jobs off of their personality and how they make people feel when they are in their chair. So definitely a great tip. And then another great tip is just really, making sure that person is reliable, making sure that you book them way ahead of time. If they're popular, you're going to want to make sure that you have, at least book them a year in advance. And I have also seen, maybe even you have a backup, because lately here I've seen a lot of people, my makeup artist was, pregnant and she's going into labor earlier, things like that. So maybe in the back of your mind, you get a couple trials. This is the biggest day, and you want to make sure that you choose wisely.
Right. So, well, and even just hiring a makeup artist in general for your big day. I know a lot of girls out there can do their own makeup, but why is that so important? And then let's talk about too, makeup that's different every day and then in front of the camera on your wedding day.
Sure, absolutely. So there are different things. You do your makeup every day for work or going out, something like that. But when you're doing wedding makeup, there are a lot of different things you're going to do. You're going to back off a little bit on highlighting. Okay. I see a lot of girls do a lot of highlighting, and the light from the camera will definitely, everything is going to be a little more washed out, but it can also be amplified depending on what it is. So if it's a highlighter, it's going to look like a highlight. It's going to be blinding, and you want to be careful of that.
So, and highlighting is really big right now, so that's really important to know.
Yes, important to know. Same with, cat eyes and that kind of thing. Be careful of trends. You want to look back on your wedding day and think, oh my word, I had a cat eye out to here, and that's...
Or the Instagram eyebrow.
Exactly. Softer is always better, I think, for the wedding day. Now, I'm not saying that if you're an edgy person, for instance myself, you want to do something different.
Right.
That's great. bring images to your artist. Make sure that you have, you know, some images that, you know, you can reference, because again, it's like a hairstylist. You go into the hairstylist and you say, you know, I want a short pixie cut. Okay, that can mean a lot of things. So it really, really depends, you know, on what you're thinking in your mind. So what you have in your mind might be different. My natural might be completely different from your natural.
Yeah. That's very good. Very good tip.
Yeah. So
Let's talk about lips.
Yes, the perfect wedding lip. Everybody, I think, you know, we have kind of a natural eye, or we have a little bit more glam eye, but what kind of lip do you do on wedding day? You surely probably don't want, you know, unless some, now I have had some brides that want a red lip, but you're going to be kissing, you're going to be doing all of that. It's going to be a very long day. And I think a lower maintenance lip is always nice because you're going to be eating and drinking and all of that. So we are going to talk about the perfect wedding lip, and Lauren has gorgeous lips. I did actually highlight her lip off camera. This is our Lip Pencil Plus. These are great because they have a liner and a lip color all in one. And kind of a neutral color, I think, is always a really great way to go for a wedding day. And this actually is a pencil, so it's gonna stay on a little bit longer. Coloring in with a pencil is a great idea because it's going to wear all day. And I know there are a lot of long wear lip colors on the market right now, and I have seen them. Typically they can get very, very dry, and they can get very cracked on the lip looking, so you need to be very, very careful of that. These are great because they do stay on very well. However, they look really natural and really pretty. So I'm just lining the lip, I'm filling in. If you notice, this lip pencil looks close to her natural lip color. Now again, you want to talk to your artist about what you're going for. Are we going for a little bit more color on the lip? And this is, I have seen the very, very nude lips on brides. Make sure, you know, you have focus on something. So if you want to focus on your eye makeup, make sure your eye makeup is popping, and then you have a softer, more nude lip. If you have a more bare eye, you'll want to do a little bit more on the lips. So you want focus somewhere there, you know, on the lips or on the eyes. But this is one of my all-time favorite wedding colors. This is called Mystic Pink. This is actually a great everyday color as well. And again, be careful of the glosses. They will end up on your groom. You know, you'll definitely want to be careful of that. So you want a long wear color. You want your lips to look creamy and kissable. So you don't want anything that's gonna be too dry. And of course, highlighting that little Cupid's bow like we did off camera is a great little tip. So there we go. That is just a gorgeous.
Do my lips look creamy and kissable?
They look very creamy and kissable. Very, very creamy and kissable. So again, you know, something neutral, something that's timeless, that you look back on your pictures many, many years from now and think, oh, I just look classic, that classic bride. Again, if you're an edgy bride, talk to your artist about those
I've seen
looks.
many makeup looks that really fit the bride and the bride's personality.
Exactly.
Hopefully you guys can see the difference. So now we're gonna talk about pumping up
eye makeup.
Eye makeup, right? So I did a little bit of my own makeup today, and just did like an everyday eye. But we're gonna talk about how to take it from the everyday to the wedding day, and why it needs to be a little bit different.
Right, so many times, I would say in general, for the most part, I've seen over the years, brides do their photography outside. You want a beautiful outside background, and many photographers use reflectors. The minute that reflector goes up, probably 80% of your color is washed out. So it's really important to make sure that your artist, you know, pumps it up enough for photography. But again, when we talk about highlighters and things like that, want to back off on some of those things. And that's why having a professional makeup artist is so important, because you know that they're going to know
those things
right,
that
exactly. So, and again, I'm not saying a bride can't do their own makeup, but go into a place like Merle Norman or a place that can teach you how to do your own makeup for that day. You know, I hear a lot of brides say, I'm just afraid they're gonna make me look too overdone. Again, communicate with your artist. They will definitely talk with you, speak with you about your concerns.
About the trial.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. So you can say, and I've had many brides come back to me and say, you know, we took pictures. I make sure you take pictures. I took pictures. I've been looking at it for the last couple weeks. I think I want to go softer. Absolutely. Make sure that your artist is listening to you, is not in their mind thinking, oh, you know, I know exactly what I want for you, Lauren. It's not their day. It's your day. So,
yeah.
So back to eyes. We definitely love to pump up this crease. You know, this is how we balance the eye. So I'm just taking kind of a neutral color right into the crease of the eye, and you can open for me, Lauren, kind of seeing where that's gonna fall. And I encourage people to do their eyes with them somewhat open so you can see exactly where that eyeshadow is gonna fall. And speaking of mature eyes, that happens a lot when we mature. When we close our eye and we apply the color, or we raise, you know, our eyebrow and we pop it into the crease, well, when you relax, that color is gonna fall in a whole different place. And these are the issues that we have as we start maturing, 50s, 60s, beyond. So these are the things that we, you know, teach you when you get a makeup lesson, which is really nice. However, for a wedding, you know, keeping the shimmers down a little bit is probably a great idea. A little bit of shimmer I think is great, especially how I tucked that into the tear duct is just a beautiful, but you can kind of see how adding that deeper color in that crease is just a great way to give a lot of pop to the eyes. And your artist should know what colors are going to complement your eye color and what's going to give you the best look. So I think you should be able to see a huge difference with that crease color there and that depth. So that just definitely brings out the eye. And again, talk about, do I want it to come out? Do I want it a little bit more into the crease? There are just so many, I mean, makeup's just wonderful that you can create so many different looks. And again, that's what you want to speak to your artist about and know that they know what they're talking about and what they're doing, and they can definitely guide you.
Great. Well, Lori, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for all of these great tips.
Absolutely.
So if you guys are interested in learning more about wedding makeup, or even just coming in and having a makeover, contact Merle Norman, contact Lori. Everybody's on Instagram.
Yep.
And we're good to go.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.